then remind you again for our Booker T. Washington.
That's
my mother's grandfather.
Is that right?
Yeah. So once you read up
you
on
been reading some of his literature?
I read everything.
Yeah, I need to read some. And you're going to tell me which ones I need to read. You understand what I'm saying?
220. Bike life. My fam told me welcome to Cali 1 million. I'ma show you how we do it in the Bay and Vallejo. Dino, I see you. Only with these cars, this money, these bras. Right. With these bikes, you hear me? We be on 2's. I be on 2's. Covering more ground than track shoes. Ask about it. Extra, view the news. We be on 2's. Hogging the lane, Bogart, no excuse. Down the middle, zipping, sliding wet on Zoom. No excuse. You know we on 2's.
Guess what? The On 2's show is back. We on season 2. And we're going to start it off with a real gentleman, a scholar on this thing. I know y'all know him. You know him. I know him as Mario. Y'all know him as Brio. You know what I mean? And he
AKA on the set headquarters.
Yeah, they hear him. You feel me? So we just doing it good. And I like to always leave this off, man. If you don't mind, God, please look out for us at all times. Thank you for your son, Jesus Christ. Keep this thing going. Thank you for saving this brother so we can hear and see what he knows, Lord. In Jesus' name we say, amen. You feel me? So yes, sir, the On 2's show, man. I am so glad and appreciative of all the support we have got here. And right now, man, we're celebrating us as black men. And this is my boy Mario. Thank you for being on the show, good brother. And I wanted to start this new season with you because I know you've been through a lot, you know. And I noticed you don't even know you're a superhero. You are a superhero to us. You hear me? You was a great guy before your situation and after. So I want to start there, if you don't mind, with what happened with your accident.
Well, it was 2020, January 11th. I was with my son and my little cousin. We just left from here because on top of me riding these motorcycles, we built the bicycles as well for our pedal pushers. Mm-hmm. So we ended up riding out international. You know, international turned the lanes from 2 lanes to 1 lane with the bus lane now.
Yeah,
so at the same time, I ended up being an individual coming from a taco truck and went out in the road and got hit by a vehicle and went 8 feet in the air, 15 feet down the street, and woke up 3 weeks later in the hospital. So it's by the grace of God I'm here right now. Thank you again for everyone's blessings, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So thank y'all. You know?
We was praying hard for you, brother.
No, me watching the individual who just with the Buffalo Bills going through that.
Oh yeah. What's his name? I don't know his name.
I actually
the young dude. He was only like 20-something too.
Yeah. So at the same time, everybody was like kind of praying for him, and I seen that. And I'm like, oh, that's what my family must have been going through, and that really hurt me because it broke me down. Cause like right now, it's just a whole lot different when I get to thinking about a lot of things. You know what I mean? So it's good thoughts. It's good for sure.
And then that means that God wasn't done with you. You got a whole bunch more to do. And if you don't, I ain't no punk, you know what I mean? But I can say I dropped a tear when that happened.
Yes,
and a lot of people have. Because I know you as an individual, as a person I know of, and we town dudes, you know what I mean? So we all celebrate each other. But that was heartfelt because, like I like to say, that could be me, that could be you, that we all one step or one accident away from being one another. Or like they say, 2 missed payments of rent from being homeless, you know what I'm saying? So we just gotta celebrate each other and be grateful, you know? And it's a pleasure being here with you, man. I remember men amongst men of honor, men amongst men.
Men amongst men, men on the bikes, off the bikes, before the bikes, and after the bikes.
Yeah. That was a great name. Y'all came up with that together, or I know you're a founder, correct?
Well, at the end of the day, it was one of y'all old members, Lottie Da, that pushed me and inspired me to ride these bikes for real. Because I've been riding motorcycles and gears for the last 30 plus years. But at the same time, as far as being on the set, we still new jacking or whatever, however. But as far as me dealing with my homeboy, it's probably been about 11 years now that I've been on Harley Davidsons, you know what I mean? But for the first 2 or 3 years, we was riding, going here and there, you know what I mean? He threw it in here like, let's get on. But he went to his career of trucking, so I had to throw it up in there like, man, do your thing. But I was like, oh, I'm inspired to where I want to do the thing with these African Americans. I ain't playing no basketball, no volleyball with nobody, but then we playing motorsports. So why not come up and be with them? So we was talking about names or whatever, however, but the name that we had came up with, it was out of Houston, and it was the ground pounded, but I don't want to disrespect it because I believe when I got to the motorcycle movement, I wanted to go across the country. So I don't want to disrespect their name,
right.
You know what I mean? So I Googled it, and it was already in the air for them out of Houston, Texas, or whatever. So at the same time, I was like, well, we been the next man. We gotta take care of our business, find another name, man. Fuck that shit. So my boy said, that's the name right there. I'm like, what's the name, man? Fuck that MCs. I was like, and he's like, no, nigga, men amongst men.
Men amongst
I was
men.
like, yeah, we do use that a lot as far as quotation towards men in general, you know what I mean? So at the same time, when he came up with that idea and that thought process for me saying what I said, I was like, hey, I'm with it, so.
And y'all been there. And you know, sometimes we feel
it's for the
lost.
set, because it's like men amongst men. On bikes and off the bikes. Just because he may not have a bike, that don't mean he's a man. You know
Come
what I
on,
mean?
man.
You know what I mean?
Come on,
so I'm
man.
next to a man with a bike, so we men amongst men, on bikes and off the bikes. You know what I mean?
Even with life, you know what I witnessed a few times, a person be in your club, and then all of a sudden, you know, life get hard, they ain't on a bike no more. But if he your club brother,
Yes.
he's still a man. That's it. Don't count him out,
Yes.
or don't down him down because he ain't got a
Yes.
bike or he ain't got to fly his shoes. Because when we started this, she was my brother. I take that seriously. I take my friendship seriously.
Yes.
So with your name in general, men amongst men, man, even when y'all came out, it was honorable because that's what y'all been too. Y'all supported some of the SCs, some of the MCs, and then you brought some guys on that everybody knew. You know what I mean? So it was great, you know.
Like I said, we still the New Jack Club to a certain degree.
I wouldn't agree with that.
And at the end of the day, you know what I mean, out of respect, as far as we put it in the air, as far as the colors, we understand that we do have their colors. So I do have little people making small comments with me in certain places about us having certain colors in the flag. So at the end of the day, it's all respect. It's out of us dealing with HD, Harley Davidson. That's why we built the color.
That's
you know
our common denomination.
So that part, as far as black and white, as far as the black, we with each other. The white, we want clarity, dealing with each other. And the orange is when the sun is up and the sun down. That's why we ride. You know what I mean? Black, orange, and white. You know what I mean? That's what we think about. You know what I mean? It ain't about disrespecting nobody, but it's all blessings to see.
And we ain't ever took it like that.
We all love.
Yeah.
So when we get to hearing certain little individuals making certain remarks, I want to just throw it in here like that.
Yeah, we ain't worried about that.
I know it's all love.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all to the fullest.
Cause life
I was
is
inspired by y'all for the full. When y'all had the shot right there on
Mike
50th.
was, yeah. Shout out to Mike. One hand, Mikey.
When that shit jumped off from the gate, I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's been a minute. And y'all came a little after us. But
Yeah,
y'all came
2015.
y'all came in with honor, though. Y'all came in respectfully. You know, and I know you don't want to hear this or you don't want to believe it because you like me. But they came in kind of under your name and under Skrilla, so they already had that respect, you know? And I appreciate this place and even the situation with you and Skrilla. And for those who don't know, would you mind explaining that to us too? Because me and Skrilla, we knew each other on a different basis, you know, before these leather vests. But he's a really, real solid dude, fun to be around, funny, but strict, but stern. So that was a good thing, yeah. If it bothers you, don't have to talk about it.
That's all blessed. You know, it was a very great individual. You know, we knew each other from junior high school. We was on the bus together before we even knew anything about getting real money, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, he grew in his area, I grew in my area. You know, he pushed a little bit different and harder than I did, but at the end of the day, it's a thumbs up. It's like everybody's saying, I watched your videos in general, like T-Cone said, he didn't name himself Skrilla. The streets did.
Ooh.
And everybody around him
Come on, man.
because of the things he was doing, the homes he was owning.
Correct.
The cars he been at, the European whips, you know what I mean? Not even worried about the money, we ain't worried about that. His credit was good, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's what it is. But at the same time, as far as my boy passed away, unfortunately, as far as the Oaktown life living, you know what I mean? But we still here 16 years later after the fact, 2006, you know what I mean? Well, shit, 2030 now, huh? So shit, we 17 years. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace.
Yes.
You know, God been blessed me to the fullest, you know what I mean, at the end of the day, as far as even being here, being a businessman, inheriting this place, you know what I mean, a business and understanding.
This was you said inheriting.
Well, you know, as far as I was never the owner, he was the owner.
Skrilla was.
Yes, Frank Culpepper. So his family was the next of kin to be able to have everything he got going on.
Right.
So me expressed to them, as far as me being the manager of the shop, I was expressed to them, I can't put this in my pocket and run away. So let me just continue to be the manager. And at the end of the day, as far as it wasn't a cash cow for us.
Understandable, right.
You know what I mean? It was like a lightweight money movement to as far as our paper trails. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, a lot of individuals may have thought it might have been a cash cow, but it wasn't. But at the end of the day, I just was expressing to them, like, let me just continue to be the manager. So I look at it as being inheritance of it, because like I've been sticking it out, going through the BS with these barbers after barber, after character.
No offense to nobody.
Oh my God, I love them. But at the same time, as far as us working for AT&T, if it was PG&E or the Coliseum, you know, you're dealing with individuals. So me personally getting up on a business level, that was very different and understandable to a certain degree, you know what I mean? To where I had to get on top of learning another way of thinking and behavior, you know what I mean? And deliverance when you're talking to other men, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it's all been a blessing ever since, you know what I mean? It's been good, we still here, you know what I mean? It's a blessing that we still here, you know what I mean? Because a lot of things been going on, especially with the city has pandemic and everybody doing what they're doing.
Oh my goodness.
So it's just like, thank you again, God, you know what I mean? So
I see you got that tarot going and everything, but tell me this, we'll talk about that when we come right back.
Yes, sir, yes,
We'll
sir.
be right back on 2's, back in motion, season 2. Mario on the scene, man, and men amongst men. We're appreciative, and we'll be right back after these messages.
I be on 2's, covering more ground than track shoes. Ask about it, extra, build a news.